Hello everybody, thank you for your support because you know that I still been in Canada. This is really amazing, a really great enjoy trip. So for this video I would like to show you how to paint freehands very easy with simple forms and very easy to feel to don't feel scared when you paint freehands. So don't be frustrated if you feel that it's very hard. We'll paint something simple like geometric forms and will be super easy. Just I would like invite you to paint them. So for that part, the first time we'll paint the copy bases on the path with the next layer should be lighter than the first one. As always, our copy layers will be painting up the light. Always paint with more lights in the next layers. The most important thing for that is try to define well the wrinkles or folds of this paint. Just that you don't need to create a strong contrast because this paint, this color, will help us to create the background. Okay, it will be the background to paint then the freehands. Remember, we'll paint with 1 drop of water or directly the paint from the pot. Don't more. I think with 2 layers or 3 maybe will be more than enough. You don't need to create a strong contrast. Just one trick, it's move the light in the mid of the band. Why in the mid? Because we want to create the form like a cylinder. We have two options. One of them is move the light to the top of the wrinkle, that if you have a real deep fall will be strange because maybe in the front view you will have a dark tone and don't really like nice. So to try to fix that problem will be easier if you paint the front view and then just in the small or soft wrinkles paint the top. Or now you can paint both and then reinforce again just the top and move the light always a little bit on the top of the panel. Why? Because will be easier to understand where is the light. With that will be more than enough. Okay, as you can see, I continue reinforcing like a cylinder. I move the light in the mid of the band. It's more beautiful if you have the light like that than if you just have the light on the top of the wrinkles. Because if the fall is very strong or deep, maybe will be a little bit weird the feeling. As you can see, I reinforce again some of the soft wrinkles, just that. And on the top again. Okay, now is the moment to paint the next cloth. Okay, now is the moment to paint the next cloth. How we'll paint? As always, we'll paint one layer to create the volume and reinforce the wrinkles. So don't worry because for that we'll paint just with 2 layers, will be more than enough. Why? Because we want that dark tone as our background. We'll test now our point of our brush, trying to paint with stippling or try to paint with little dots a line. If you paint that, you will test if you feel comfortable painting with the point of your brush, if the dilution is correct or not. Will be the first test. And then the free hands. As you can see, now with the next layer I reinforce again some of the wrinkles, just that, maybe just the top of the wrinkles. Okay, we have enough contrast, the volume is defined, and now is the moment we'll paint the freehands. Are you scared? I always says the same. Try to paint the dark linings and light linings. Maybe it's more important than have more contrast. Okay, go for it. Try to paint with the point of your brush with 2 drops of water. For that we'll have more dilution on our paint, but not too much, because we want to paint just with 1 layer. If you need to paint with 2 layers, maybe when you paint the second one, you will paint thicker than you should. So try to fix that problem. Add 2 drops of water on your mix, and try to paint just with the point of your brush. Remember, to paint with the point of your brush should be wet. If you have your point dry, doesn't work. Try to start to paint something like lanes or circles, because will be easier for you than try to paint a drawing. If it's your first time, I would like to invite you to paint this kind of clothes. Follow my steps, because will be super easy. Then after you have these lanes, we'll try to paint a circle. Yes, a circle, just that. I think will be easy. As I said, 2 drops of water in your mix. If you feel that you don't have enough information with your freehands, you can create more circles and other kind of geometric forms. Or for example, in my case, I've decided to paint like a minimalist flower, because we look more Asian. If you see, the freehands I'm painting are super easy, and then the result is so good. You don't need to paint really fancy freehands. And if your first time, try to follow these steps. If you need, if you need add more light on the freehand, now is the moment. Remember, when we create our sketch with copy bases, we'll try to paint always through the light, to the light. Why? Because then with the airbrush we'll tint with the midtone and shadow. Now we'll paint on the path, trying to create like spiral. For that, because we'll be thicker, I would like invite you to paint with 2 thinner lines, because if you paint with 2 thinner lines, will be easier if you have mistakes to remove one of them, or remove the mistake directly. If you paint directly with a thick line, maybe you have a mistake, will be difficult to fix it. If you paint now with thinner lines, will be a test again to know if you control the point of your brush, if you need to add more water, less. Now is the moment to test it, because then it's very easy. Just paint in the middle of both lanes and cover. What do you think about these easy freehands? Don't be afraid. As I said, if you need to add more light, now is the moment. Paint all the lights you need in your freehand. I think that after that, more or less, you know how to paint freehands. Are they easier than you thought? As I said, if you need to reinforce again with more light, now is the moment. Add the lights that you need. The freehand should be clear. If it's blurry, maybe at the end you will have problems. Maybe it will look like mistakes. And for example, I made some mistakes and now I take the color for the base and just remove the mistakes. It will be easier. With copy bases, everything is easy. And now the moment of the truth. We'll paint a dragon. Yeah, it is a dragon. For that part, excuse me because I thought that will be the angle of the camera will be better and maybe I blocked the view. Sorry for that. I think between the first freehands at the end you will understand how to paint the dragon too. But sorry again. To paint the dragon will be very easy. Maybe if you feel that it's super fancy for you and you don't have the skill to paint now, easy. Just paint easy geometric forms, okay? You don't need to paint something fancy and be frustrated if you don't get the same results. If you feel that you are brave and you can do it, go for it. We'll paint the body of the dragon around the miniature where you want, on the arms, on the abs, on the pectoral, where you want. To paint the body of the dragon, we'll paint two thinner lines, as I said at the beginning, and then we'll paint the head dragon on pectoral. After all, paint the body. Why? Because if you paint at the beginning the head, maybe you will have some problems with the body, but it's up to you. If you want to start with the head, go for it too. If you feel that in some parts you can understand well the value of the light, or you can understand well where is the drawing you have made it, it's because you have a dark color on the surface and you are painting with a dark line. To fix that problem, paint with a light color on the freehand, because then with the airbrush will tint with the same color. Will be super easy than if now you have very well drawing the freehand. If now the freehand is blurry, you can understand well where is the head, where is the hands, where is everything about the freehand you have made. Maybe in the end with the airbrush will be more blurry than should be. So to fix that problem, paint now with lighter colors to draw well the freehand, because then with red color will be super easy recover again the mid-tone. Remember, we'll paint with the point of our brush. 2 drops of water on the mix. If you paint with higher dilution, maybe to paint the thinner lines won't cover well, and maybe you will need to paint with 2 lanes, not with 1, and maybe it will be hard at the end. As you see, I've painted with color with a lot of light on the head of the dragon because the area have too much shadow and I need something to draw well now. I made mistakes too. This is the freehands. I think are super easy. I would like invite you to paint freehands, and this is the video. I would like to say thank you very much for all the support you bring me. Thank you again. This is awesome, and I'll return home very soon, and I will focus more attention on Patreon because I would like give you more surprises. And thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.